Welcome back. SASCOC is constantly looking for new innovations with regards to changing sport in South Africa. With the coaching framework implementation, they work hard to ensure that the document touches the lives of current and new athletes as well as their coaches. This month, they invited members of their PCC to ensure that the implementation takes place throughout all 9 provinces in South Africa.
The coaching framework implementation plan is well underway, and the established Provincial Coaches Commission gathered at the Olympic House this month to deliver feedback from their varying provinces. Through the discussions, many issues were ironed out and plans were made to ensure better provincial coaching structures in the future.
We moved from the first phase, which was called laying the base, which was a 2-year phase of consultation, getting people involved, but crucially producing the key documents: the South African Coaching Framework, LTPD, long-term player development, and long-term coach development. That's all done. South Africa now has those 3 documents, and that's the blueprint for the future. So this meeting and the 29 NF meetings we've had in the preceding 10 days is getting down to the nitty-gritty at national level and provincial level as to how we're going to move this forward, putting the coaches on the ground and of course supporting the coaches through education and training.
In fact, it's about national federations where they are saying that first they don't understand it clearly what is the role of the Provincial Coaches Commission. Secondly is that the relationship that exists between the PCCs and the provincial federations. So that is the discussion that is currently taking place to see how best we can be able to assist that the 2 parties to come together. In fact, our role is very simple as PCCs to make sure that we assist the federations to create that environment for them to coordinate the whole system, because all these PCCs are established out of the provincial federations.
We're quite excited about this involvement because we learn so much coming from this SASCOC itself and the new innovations put up by SASCOC, should I say, management. And I mean, we've been through trainings with our kids. We've done training with the coaches, and there's a new format that's been introduced, or if I were meant to say a framework that's been introduced by SASCOC itself, and it's becoming so productive, and it's bringing such a lot of positive, outcome in terms of development of our coaches as well as our players.
We've got about 11 districts, political districts, right? Now in those 11 districts, since last year, we had 9 where we have launched the confederations. And out of the 9 ones, it's now we're using those people to get into those districts, into the rural areas with those difficulties. You'll find there, and then those areas, they're not the same. Some you find that they've got only 3 codes, some have got 2 codes, and they've started now with the help of the government. The government is giving equipment to those commissions.
The introduction of an internship program contributes to the empowerment of future sport administrators. SASCOC set out specific criteria when informing the PCCs about the internship program. The interns will have the task of doing research on their province and find out how coaching can be improved.
Witnessing a wonderful event today where sport coaches interns are going to be inducted, and I think this is actually going to be a catalyst for the Coaches Commission, the workload of the Coaches Commission provincially, to cascade and to be elevated to a higher level provincially.
Passionate about sport, and I see the coaching framework developed. I want to help South Africa build up in the sporting arena and do the best that we can. My job will be in KZN and all the other interns will be to research background information and to analyze where coaches are and what we need to develop sport.
It's all about research and trying to uplift the skills in the province and implement it, helping the coaches framework. I'll also get the knowledge that I also need to pursue it my own way in terms of experience, in terms of implementing it on my own athletics and try to better off my personal achievements. Yeah.
We felt that by looking at some new graduate interns, these people would bring the enthusiasm, the skill sets which will help us to build the structures to take this forward. And there's two really important things will come out of that. One, we're building their capacity. We're helping them with their own pathway. But also, and you can see the buzz around this room, they're going to help the provincial coaching commissions to map what is going on in their province.
In September 2013, South Africa will have the privilege to host the Global Coaching Conference in Durban. Coaches from across the world will be in attendance to thrash out issues faced on a global scale, as well as find solutions. The International Coaching Framework document will be officially launched on SA shores.
Well, it is very interesting. We've the Global Coach Conference here in South Africa. It'll be in Durban on the 11th to the 13th of September, a huge event. So the world is coming to South Africa to see what's going on here. But interestingly enough, there has been an international sport coaching framework developed in the last 2 years. And we've been able to line the South African framework up with the global framework. And in fact, the South African work significantly improved the international work. So our plan is in September to launch the next version of that international framework, but also get a declaration or a convention of all of the sports bodies across the world about the importance of coaching.
2013 will be exciting to see how the plans begin unfolding for the next 3 years. South Africa are leaders in developing proper coaching structures on the continent and hopefully achieve sporting success in the future by doing this hard, intense work.
There are 76 federations that fall under the SASCOC umbrella, and some smaller sporting codes get lost in the school system. Tug of war is a sport that is growing every single day, and they're both men's and women's teams. The ladies' team was recently in camp preparing for the World Games.
Tug of War is a federation that falls under SASCOC. They participate in world championships and have a men and women's professional team that represents South Africa. Tug of war is a sport dating back centuries. In ancient Egyptians and Chinese legend, it is said that the sun and moon played tug of war over the light and darkness. It was also a sport that was part of the Olympic Games in the early 20th century.
Tug of war originated in the ancient times in China and India. With many murals and proof from temples of that time. But the modern tug of war originated with the ships, the sailing ships, where sailors sort of competed with one another, seeing how quickly they can get sails up and down. And that's where the modern tug of war games originated from. Tug of war was part of the Olympic Games from 1900 to 1920. And at that time, the Olympic movement sort of thrown out all the team sports to make the number of participants smaller. And unfortunately, tug of war was one of those sports that was thrown out at that time. We are busy working with the International Federation to see how we can get back on the Olympic program. But at this stage, it's a vision that we hope to achieve in the next 15 to 20 years.
The national women's team will be attending the World Games in Colombia, and a team preparation camp was held in Strand in Cape Town to ensure they are well equipped for their event.
The national group, the ladies group, is currently preparing for the World Games in Colombia. So we've got them on a specific training program as part of the preparation for the World Games. And we are very excited about this, and hopefully all the hard work will pay off in the end.
The ladies team at the moment, in 2008 in Sweden, they came fourth in the world. 2009 I went to Taiwan for the World Games, and just for exposure, and we came sixth there. And 2010 we came in the outdoor, third in the world. 2012 we went to the World Championships indoor and we came third in the world. So, and we went to the European also and came third there.
Okay, so the team dynamics, there's 8 pullers in a team. We've got your number 1, they are the regulator of the height. So all the height comes from your number 1. And then right at the back at number 8, we've got our anchor, which is really the strong point in the team that must steady out the whole team. So, and then in the middle you've got different positions. I personally pull 2, so I need to fit in with the number 1, regulating the height, but also putting in all the effort and the power to make the rope go backwards. So each person in the team has got its own personal job that he must fulfill in that team.
Challenges, definitely the weight, because the team have to weigh in. This team have to weigh 540 kilograms, the 8 girls together. And not only to lose weight, but you must bring your body fat down as well, and you have to do strength training. And there they say you do men's jobs. You have to deadlift and you have to run a lot for cardio. So yeah.
The thing that makes me have passion for tug of war is the fact that it has taught me quite a lot of stuff in life, like to never give up. I'll give an example. When during one of our competitions, a team pulled us almost 4 meters, which is like how far a team has to pull you so that they can win. And my team and I fought for it till the end, and we actually turned it around and we ended up winning the pull. So it teaches you to never give up in life and to always give it your all, because you never know what's going to happen in the end.
We're at the moment 3rd in the world in the indoor and 3rd in the outdoor also. We definitely know to better the bronze medal and get a silver or gold even.
Tug of war is a small sport in South Africa and is usually seen as more of a hobby than a serious sport. Therefore, the athletes juggle their professional careers and family lives along with working in the gym at least 4 times a week to ensure they stay fit for the sport they are passionate about, tug of war.
Well, that brings us to an end of another exciting episode of the Road to Rio show. In order to keep updated on all your favorite athletes, be sure to visit sascoc.co.za or supersport.com, or alternatively, pick up a copy of the Road to Rio 2016 magazine. Until next time, keep supporting your favorite athletes as they journey on to Rio 2016.